It seems like Desi Banks done got into a little situation. And we about to get into the nitty gritty, find out what the hell going on. So let's get into it. Video by Poetic Flacco.
Desi Banks is handling getting exposed in the worst way possible. I've never seen anybody handle getting exposed
He
any
got
worse.
exposed for
Before we
what?
get this video started, if that description you want money, quite frankly, download the app by clicking the link in my
You're not
description and
doing
get
that.
started
Yeah.
now. Desi Banks have been sending, quite frankly, teethless cease and desist all morning to small content creators like this one. He's sending cease and desist to YouTube channels with barely 1,000 subscribers, which means his team is literally searching up his name in YouTube, and they're just sending cease and desist to any content creator who covered the Gray Zone article about him. The Gray Zone article was accusing Desi Banks of being in cahoots with Mossad recruitment ads for Iranians.
Really?
So the article would say that days after anti-government rioters spread mayhem across Iran, Israel Mossad published.
Before we get any deeper, listen, Desi Banks team, this is I'm not covering, I ain't finna say nothing. I'm just watching. Don't send that cease and desist, all right?
A new series of
I don't want
Farsight
that.
language online recruitment ads. The Israeli Foreign Intelligence Services has taken partial credit for the deadly unrest, pledging in a December 29th Twitter X post that its agents were in the field with protesters. Now it is escalating its infiltration efforts by soliciting spies inside Iran and throughout the Persian diaspora. So pretty much Israel wants a regime change in Iran, right? They want to overthrow the current people in charge, and they're doing so, right? From within. They're having spies, they're doing protesting, and Iran is responding back by just murdering protesters. But Israel is recruiting people fast, and they're using Google ads to
Wow.
recruit people, to be Mossad agents who can go to Israel and infiltrate from within. But the problem is these foreign
So they
intelligence, they don't have like their own ad accounts, right? Because obviously you can't have your own ad account, right? Because that puts like your national intelligence at risk. So they have to utilize certain people's ad accounts, right? They will pay you to utilize your ad account. But the problem with that is if they're paying you to utilize your ad account so they could recruit from Mossad agents, well, it's public knowledge, right? Is like not a secret. People can see, where the ads are coming from. They can see who ad accounts is being used. In this case, Gray Zone was able to uncover that Desi Banks' ad accounts were being used to recruit Mossad agents in Iran. Okay, so if we scroll down, you can see the ads are ads like this, right, where it says your role, Iranian abroad, is vital. The final days of the regime have arrived. If you know someone who works in sensitive industries or centers, contacts us. Use the secure form below to contact us, etc., etc. So the text is followed by a link to a Google form, which allows potential recruits to apply as Mossad informants, promising them protection and lucrative rewards. At the center of the recruitment form is an image of a tattooed arm holding a trash bag emblazoned with the logo of the Islamic Republic of Iran. It reads, "Build a future, opportunities, it is right now." A separate Mossad recruitment ad was released on January 14th, which makes explicit reference to the violent upheaval inside Iran. Now, they were able to tie this back to Desi Banks,
No way,
like
bruh.
through
Desi,
several
what the
things.
fuck you got going
So if you
on?
read an ad, the Mossad has placed several recruitment ads on YouTube and other Google-owned social media
Through Desi
platforms
Banks
through
production.
Desi Banks Production LLC. Here's an
Wow.
example of one of the ads that were ran on the account. This is like a literal ad. As you can see, the advertiser is Desi Banks Productions LLC. Now, the logical conclusion here is obviously Israel,
He
probably
paid
cut
him.
a
He
check
paid
to
him.
Desi Banks, probably, right? I don't know for a fact, but probably cut a check to Desi Banks to utilize their ad account. Like the possibility that Israel stole Desi Banks' ad account to utilize, like, come on, bro. Like, to me, that's improbable. Desi will maintain his innocence, and he will take to his social
Stop
media to
believing
say
BS.
that he don't know.
Stop believing BS. I hate this. It's happening to me because I don't even know what any of this is. People are really getting fooled for clickbait. I have kids. I would never in my life be involved in something like this. Someone used my LLC without my knowledge. How? I don't know yet. I don't even know if half of what's being posted is real. But my team is digging into it right now. I have no idea who is doing this or why. I've never ran, approved, or had any involvement with political ads or anything in another language. My business is already working with Google to remove anything that's done without my permission and to figure out how my company name was used. Stop spreading false narratives off random posts when you don't know the truth. This whole situation is confusing and frustrating, and I'm doing everything I can to get answers. This shit sucks, dog. And no, I ain't deserve this. Mm.
How they were able to utilize his ad
I
account.
don't
He
know,
don't know what's
man.
going on. He has nothing to do with this at all. And he took to Twitter, and he wrote, "Stop believing BS. I hate that
You
this is
just read
happening
this
to
shit.
me
I'm
because I
sorry,
don't
y'all.
even know what any of this is. People are really getting fooled for clickbait, bro. It's not clickbait. Like there were actual ads ran on your account. I have kids, and I would never in my life be involved in something like this. Someone used my LLC without my knowledge. How? I don't know yet. So now Desi is saying
Mm.
that Israel used Desi Banks LLC instead of his ad account. That they
I mean, it could have been somebody within his team. They seen it. They seen the
that they
pay, and they ain't really care about nothing much else. They just ran that hoe.
created a whole new Google ad account
Could have been. Could have
with Desi
been.
Banks
I don't know though.
LLC.
I don't know
All
though.
right, man. But my team is digging into it right now. I have no idea who's doing this or why. I have never run, approved, or had any involvement with political ads or anything in another language. My business is already working with Google to remove anything that was done without my permission and to figure out how my company name was used. Stop spreading false narratives off random posts when you don't know the truth. The whole situation is confusing and frustrating, and I'm doing everything I can to get answers. This is sucks, dog, and no, I don't deserve it. I'll be real, Desi. If you had nothing to do with it, again, I'm telling you right now, bro. If if you got nothing to do with it, then check somebody on your team,
That's what
right?
I'm saying.
Because the
There's
possibility is
got to be
that these
somebody
people
on the
found
team. He
you,
definitely got the chalk line.
what,
Flacco with
like
the
to
chalk line. You
victimize, or
see
they
it?
just
Fresh cut
found
chalk.
you out of everybody
Look at
on
that
earth
shit.
to utilize your LLC.
Well, go wash your
That's
forehead, bro.
improbable. It feels like somebody in your team, or maybe you, probably all right sold out for a bag, probably sold the account for a couple. Know, they pay a lot for some ish like this. Huh? To use my ad account, what 100,000 man here? Not expecting for it to get out. And now it got out. All right, but now that it got out, I feel like like Desi should have probably handled this directly with Google or with them. He even showed a picture of him going to the police station to make a report. But Desi is now not only trying to, get to the bottom of this, but he's also trying to control the narrative. He's setting cease and desist and threatening to sue content creators, you know, because they cover this. One person in particular is a YouTuber by the name of Think Peace Tribe. And here's what he had to say in regards to his back and forth with Desi Banks and his team.
The first email says, and I
Mm.
quote, "Dear ForQuest Doc, I'm writing on behalf of Desi Banks and Desi Banks Productions LLC regarding your videos. Desi Banks unironically has Mossad ties, and Desi Banks refuses to say Free Palestine and texted me. Published on January 22nd through the 23rd, 2026, or any other related references and dates. The content
Mm.
contains inaccurate and misleading statements consisting of defamatory headlines slash hooks, verbal content, and screenshots attempting to link Mr. Banks or his company to activities he had no knowledge of or involvement in. Mr. Banks is in contact with Google and the proper authorities to address this misuse of his business information, specifically the claims regarding Mossad recruitment ads, Google ad policy violations, and the headlines slash titles and content you've used are factually incorrect, misleading to the public, and may be considered defamatory. I'd like to kindly request that you immediately remove the content from your
Damn.
sites and socials entirely to avoid any further misinformation and legal considerations. While we do respect your right to free press and accurate reporting, please note that the content in its current form may constitute defamation or misuse of copyrighted or proprietary material,
If it's
including
already,
logos,
if it's
screenshots,
information
or
that's
business
already been put out,
identifiers
no, it's not.
belonging to Desi Banks Productions
So,
LLC. We reserve the right to pursue further legal remedies if necessary. We appreciate your attention to this matter and your cooperation in correcting or moving content that is misleading to the public across all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, etc., as applicable. Please
you
confirm
didn't even have to
receipt
read
of
that
this
part, gang.
request and
You read
provide
this
an
whole
estimated
goddamn
time for
thing,
removal.
bro.
For both of the videos, Desi Banks unironically has Mossad ties, and Desi Banks refuses to say Free Palestine and texted me. Here's my response to that first email. Quote, in order for my videos to be removed, I need a detailed breakdown on what was defamation, misuse of copyrighted or proprietary
Okay,
material.
so this nigga just went down the whole line, bro. I'm not about to
with
say this. You
Instagram
not
and the
finna.
messages in word
To defamation. Desi Banks doesn't.
in my videos. I repeated our conversation word for word.
Desi Banks doesn't really have a case here. So first off, the barrier to defamation is already super high because he's a public figure. But then you also take into account that the Gray Zone article did come out. They did provide the receipts. They did provide proof that like that Desi Banks LLC, right, was being used to run Mossad commercials or Mossad ads. So if a content creator reported on that and then they gave their opinion that they believe that you were involved, to sue them for defamation in that regard will probably be tough, right? Damn near impossible. You probably won't win whatsoever. Now, what I would say though, this kid continued and he even said like, "Oh, I told you to provide me proof he was not." Well, if you're gonna like make the accusation or say that you think that he is involved or that he did willingly do this or he was in the know-how, then the burden of proof isn't on him to prove that he's not in the know-how, it's on you to prove. So I did have a problem with this kid saying, well, I told Desi, show me the proof. It's kind of like nasty work, right? Especially if y'all had a conversation, to still go on and do this, it's still nasty work. But like Desi Banks can't sue this kid. Like he has,
At
no
all.
legal grounds to sue him whatsoever.
At all.
Bar for bar, and gave my opinions, analyses, which is protected by my First Amendment rights if this country still abides by the Constitution anyways, in between me repeating this conversation on camera and at the end of our conversation. I would also like to know if you have sent a similar email to Gray Zone News or Max Blumenthal, since they were the people who actually broke the story in January, even though these allegations first dropped around September. Please confirm receipt of this request
I did not
and
know
provide
this.
an estimated timeline for a response. Also, for the Desi Banks unironically has Mossad ties video, I wonder if you have also sent similar emails to other content creators like myself who have made extremely similar reaction videos to the Desi Banks allegations. If you are trying to only target me because of the videos that I made that reported on Desi Banks allegations from a credible report by Max Blumenthal from Gray Zone News, then I promise you that won't work. And if you think it will, then you should study the law more to be a better publicist. In the second email, Desi Banks' publicist responds back to me and says, and I quote, "Thank you for your response. We acknowledge receipt and I'm happy to address your questions. To be clear, this request is not limited to copyright concerns. I'm kindly notifying you that your headline, video hook, framing, and repeated assertions and interactions implying Mossad ties may constitute defamation and or harassment, particularly given that Desi Banks has no involvement. The information reported is false, and Mr. Banks is the victim of unauthorized misuse of his business information. Repeating allegations while disclaiming them as opinion does not negate the reputational harm caused by false implications presented as fact. At this stage, we are attempting to resolve this directly with you without formal legal action. Rest assured, we are in the process of reviewing and contacting all those disseminating this misinformation, including the originator. Any person who persists in defamation or false reporting may be subject to legal action. We are asking respectfully for a voluntary takedown within 48 hours. Absent that, we will evaluate next steps with legal counsel. This message serves as final confirmation of our request and notice that the matter is under active review."
Nigga,
This is my
fuck
response
you.
to
Don't
that
do
second
shit.
email. Like I said in my text exchange with Desi Banks, I will provide a redaction if evidence comes out that goes against the Gray Zone News article and proves Desi Banks to be 100% innocent. I already told him that I would redact and apologize if he provides evidence, and that's still the case. The evidence he provided to me in our text exchange was a tweet and 2 pictures of Desi Banks going to a government state of Georgia building, which is certainly not proof of innocence.
Desi Banks have been on the internet for a while now, so he should know better. Bro, you can't beat the internet. And bro, I'm damn sure not hopping in no DMs of a YouTuber to explain myself. Bro, YouTubers are the thirstiest people on earth. Trust me, bro.
Bro.
Right? YouTubers are garbage human beings. They're
God.
not good people. A YouTuber will throw you under the bus if they can get a little bit of clout. Listen, if a YouTuber can get
Hold on, Flock, so you talking about yourself too? But why you
their
going so
big story
hard?
for the day,
God damn.
that means making your life, inexplicably harder. They're not gonna have mercy on you, bro. a YouTuber is not gonna get a message from you and then say, "Oh yeah, I talked to him. Let me
This
pass
nigga
up on
definitely is talking
200,000
about
views."
himself.
It's not happening, bro. These people are not good people. YouTubers are terrible human beings. So I wouldn't even have wasted my time with a YouTuber, bro. All right, yo, listen.
Flock.
Desi Banks start having a conversation with that dude would have stopped that dude from going on YouTube. All right, and pushing the narrative to get views. It's not gonna, bro. All right, a YouTuber ain't passing up on views. All right, for your friendship, it's not happening, bro. But y'all, let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think, man? Do y'all think that Desi Banks?
Desi, man, god damn, boy. Hope you get that shit figured out, man. Like I said, me personally, I think somebody in your team fucked up, but again, we don't even know, bro. So do what you can. Do what you can. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.